Evening all, Marcus here, back again with another video. I know it's been a while since I've done any videos, but I thought I'd put something out, just a little update about how life is going, what we're doing, how I've been, how the business has been, the VR arcade. It's a quiet Monday. We've already had a sort of few people in. What is it, almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, had a little group in first thing. Some people do some gaming, some racing, that sort of thing. But we don't have anything else booked in today. It doesn't tend to be too busy on a Monday. It tends to be one of the quieter days. I guess the weekends are obviously where we make most of our money. The Saturday and Sunday were pretty busy. Saturday was pretty much entirely booked out, which is nice. Sundays tend to be a little bit quieter. I'm not sure why, you know, a Sunday is quieter than a Saturday, to be fair, because most people are still off, the same if they've got the Saturday off, but that's how it is. And the kids are all at school, so, you know, in the week tends to be a little bit quieter. You can probably hear the security radio there. You might not be able to hear that. Kind of on like a network that kind of links all the shops together in this little part of town to kind of keep an eye on shoplifters and that sort of thing. But don't really get that sort of trouble in here. There's not really much to steal. You know, if somebody wants to pinch something, they've got to physically rip it off the wall. But I don't have much planned for today. Usually on a Monday, I kind of use it as a bit of a day to kind of just recover from the weekend. Because we're open every day except for Thursday, so we do close on Thursdays, but it tends to be, as I say, busy on the weekend. And then I use the Monday to kind of chill out a little bit, catch up on a few admin things. I've got some payroll stuff to do for the staff, do some social media posts and that sort of thing, and then just, you know, get to the end of the day. We should shut at 6 today, unless anybody has pre-books in for a session. Otherwise we do stay open a little bit later till 8, but unusual on a Monday. And yeah, so a little bit has changed, I think, since you guys were last did a video. So we kind of switched up the shop a little bit, but mostly it's still the same as it kind of ever was. So let's pick you up and show you around, shall I? All right, so we've still got everything we used to have, but I don't know if you remember, we used to have 4 gaming areas. So they're sort of 3x3 meter spaces, all equipped with Valve Index headsets, base stations, big suite of games, and we kind of use this space as kind of like the main gaming area. In the middle here, we used to have our roller coaster machine, which is now over there. A couple of other machines were here, but we made space. So we got rid of kind of the extra machines that we didn't need, replaced them with 2 more 3x3 meter spaces so we can have 6-player VR. Because the VR is the most popular thing. People want to come in, like at the weekends, for example, a Saturday or a Sunday. Those headsets, and these 2 here, tend to be pretty much booked out. So they're the big money makers. They're the ones that people want to do. They want to play some games, and they want to do proper sort of stood up VR, playing that sort of thing. We still have our races, so we still have our 6 races. Probably not as profitable as our gaming. Well, nowhere near is. But we do have 6 of them in about the space of sort of one of these areas and a half. So we could, in theory, fit one more space here. There's not enough space here for another area, but you know, we've got 6 seats, so that tends to be almost the walk-in sort of sessions. And I do need some more games coming for this sort of thing. I am speaking with a guy. He's going to help me sort of make a tank game on it, so we can use kind of steering wheels and everyone can kind of battle each other in tanks. That should be quite good fun. But we do the racing game on here, and we also have that Vox Machina game, which is like the mechs. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's on Quest, it's on PC, it's on everything like that. So we've got that. We've still got the classic arcade machine. It's now free to play. I just let everyone play on it. If they want to play some sort of retro fighting games or whatever, or more so the parents, I guess, when the kids are playing the games, they can do. The little kiddie machine, some refreshments, nothing too crazy. We don't really kind of get through much. Drinks and everything is relatively cheap. And also our roller coaster machine, which is very popular. It tends to be kind of the walk-in thing. People will come in for a quick roller coaster ride. It's just £5 to go. You put the heads on, you whiz around, and you think you're on an impossible roller coaster ride. It's just, to be fair, it is very popular. People really like it, and it is good fun. It is good fun. It's not the best VR experience ever in the world, of course not. But for a nice, quick introductory sort of experience, it's perfect. So that's kind of the update maybe for the shop. I don't know if you can see, we're kind of on sort of the main street in the sort of middle of Gloucester city centre. Not too busy out there at the moment. The weather is looking okay. The rain has been kind of coming down recently, so it's not looking too bad. Yeah, so yeah, business is doing okay. Could we be busier? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to be busier. As I say, most of our business happens at the weekend. I need to figure out some way of getting more people in the daytime. It's tricky. Corporate stuff has kind of dribbled off a little bit because I think because of COVID and cost of living and whatever, everyone's tightening their money belts, as it were. Schools are not so much interested in, but then saying that we don't have a big centre, so like we struggle with anything more than sort of 15, 20 people in here sort of thing, because you can have 12 people doing some VR at the same time, but then it gets very crowded, very noisy, very hard to kind of hear each other. So it's tricky, it's tricky. But I've got a few ideas. I'm kind of working on a few things. As I say, kind of switching up to even just the centre the way I have sort of thing, adding the stations in the middle, has definitely kind of had an impact on our bottom line. We're definitely taking a little bit more every week now than we probably did before, which is good, because obviously the space probably wasn't really earning its space before, but now it is. Yeah, so we're doing okay. Oh, look at this. I've got my RaMember logo up here. I should really stand here, shouldn't I? So I have that in the background, so you can kind of see that while I'm kind of chatting. No one ever mentions it, no one ever talks about it, no one ever really notices it or has any questions about it. But it was basically, there's like, on the other side, there's these outdoor escape adventure stuff, and that was used to kind of advertise it when we first launched them. And I needed a thing for it. And I was like, well, what do I don't need the whole thing to be escape adventure. So I was like, oh, I'll just stick my own logo on it as well. And then potentially using it for a bit of a background for some videos, which never really happened. But why not? I should do it. And that's what I intend to do for 2023. Get some videos out, do some content, chat with you guys, crack out my VR 180 camera. So that's sorely underused at the moment. Definitely need to be using it more. I'll definitely sort of crack it out this year, get some VR 180 stuff from in here, and when I get my days off, I do actually have Thursdays off each week, which is nice. So I'll try and go some places and film some stuff. So you can watch these sort of things back in your VR headset, and I'll be as if I'll be right there with you. Obviously not this video. This is just normal flat pancake 2D. But it should hopefully just give you a bit of an update just for those people that are obviously interested. I know at one point obviously I had quite a decent following, and you guys are quite interested in what I was doing, my life and that sort of thing. And I think probably a lot of people still are, or I get the feeling people still are. So I'm definitely kind of looking to kind of get back into the YouTube game, do a few videos. I'm not sure exactly what sort of content I'll be covering, but arcade life seems like the sort of thing that, you know, makes sense. Now I've technically got 3 years experience in this game. 3 years, with 3 years since I opened this place, and pretty much 3 years since I stopped doing any real sort of serious YouTube work. So time to get back into it. So let me know in the comments down below, like, what would you like to see? How you guys been? Especially those guys that used to pop in and sort of comment regularly. Let me know kind of how you been. Get me up to date on sort of your life as well. I'll be interested to kind of see. But we're going to call it there. As I say, let me know in the comments if there's anything you want me to kind of cover. I can't even remember what my old outro used to be. Something about giving it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I am big enough and definitely getting old enough to take it. So don't be shy. Be honest with me. And I'll see you next time, and have a virtual high five.